A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shoaib Khan and welcome to Maxafter.com's product tutorial. And we have got a very exciting product and it's called Animatronix. This tutorial is a brief overview about this product. For example, how to change the text and how to replace the videos and all that, Before we start the tutorial, please be sure to check out the preview video in the preview section of this product so that you know what is going on in here. So before starting the tutorial, let me show you how it is on my website. So as you can see, this is my home page, Maxafter.com. If you go to products here, so we've got all products here. It's very simple and a straightforward process. So for example, this is the new product I've launched and it's called Animatronix. As you can see, it's $7 to $9. Probably the price would change in future. So anyway, first of course you will see the preview. So you go to the preview section. In the preview section I've given like 4 still shots of the project, which is full HD, so you can navigate and see from here. Let's say for example if you want to see this one, so there's a button here that says if you want to view it full, you can view it full. So this is the high quality, If you double click on it, you will see the quality, which is 1920 by 1080. And then when you close it, and then of course you go through the other stuff. And for previewing, you can watch the preview. If you have QuickTime, you can watch it, the preview of QuickTime site plays. There's a whole video of 45 seconds. And then there's another option of flash video. If you have flash video installed, then you can watch it. So there's the whole video being played. Of course it's got sound as well. So I'm sure you'll love this project because there's so many things I've done in this project. You can see all these elements I've created, these small gadgets. There's so many of them, around 30 of them, which can be used in different projects. And sometimes just put this window here, on one of your videos, simple videos or projects, to make it look cool and dynamic. So anyways, this is the product. So now let's go to After Effects. And of course the description is here. Sometimes I get emails, people asking me about the product, so the whole description is there. For example, a little bit about the product. This is description, and then elements included. Of course, sound effects. There are 30 gadgets and pictures. And everything that you see, is included. And project duration is 45 seconds, and zip download is 27.9 MBs. And specification, of course, resolution is full HD 1920 by 1080. Sometimes people email me asking me what is the resolution, so everything is here. It is of course CS3 project, but it's compatible with CS4 as well. And the frame rate is 29.97, so it can be used, differently. So this is all about, the website. So if you go back from here, and similarly you can go and watch the other ones here. So once you're satisfied with it, then you just add to cart, and then you just check out, using the simple method, and you put in your details and all that, and then and then you can follow the instructions to check out, and the file can be downloaded straight away after the payment. So okay, so let's move on towards the tutorial now. So here we are in After Effects. So let's first start with the project window here. As you can see, this is the final comp, which is 1920 by 1080, and it's 29.97 frames. Of course, this is the comp that needs to be rendered. So in order to render this file quickly, what you can do is turn off the blurs, and also these ones, the motion blurs, and also go to every comp and turn off the depth of field for the camera, because these are the things that I have also used in this project, so to enhance the quality of the project. So, but if you feel that the file is getting heavy and your computer can't render it, you can turn off these effects. Okay, so let's first start with the changing of text and changing of the pictures. As usual, there's two folders here for you: replace image here and replace text here. So let's say we want to replace the image, this image that you see here, and let's open it. And this is actually, you can also see here that this is replace image 1. So what we do here is we double click on it and we go inside this. We are inside the new comp now, so all the images are here. Of course you'll be importing all your images here. So what you need to do is just simply drop your image. Let's say for example I want to drop this image here, so I will just drop it here. I will go back to final, and you see that the image has been changed for you. Now for example you want to change the text here, which says your text 02 here. So let's close all this and close this one as well, and open replace text here. So we open this one here and we find the text number that says your text 02. So we go to your text 02 description. This is the 02 text description here, but this is text 2. So first let's change this text here. So this is, sometimes people ask me that it's pixelated. Actually it's not pixelated, it's just this is where you increase the quality. I just normally put it to quarter because it doesn't put pressure on your computer. But anyways, so let's say I put my text here, Maxafter template. So the text is changed here. As you can see, one more thing I want to mention here is, now if you keep on typing, the text probably will go out, so you need to either move it, align it here. If you Control Z, I'll show you, this was the original text, so you can just see the lining here from where it has started, or you just click the paragraph, this one, and move it here, and then you type anything, it will start from here, Maxafter. In this way the text will remain here. Otherwise, with this the text moves, and if it moves and you go back to final, you'll see the text has gone out. As you can see, the text has gone out now. I've kept this to quarter as well, otherwise it puts pressure on the computer. So if you go back to the text 2 here and we Control Z, now it's aligned. So the best is keep it here, and then type the paragraph, or align it, simply align it from here. So this is how you change the text. Sometimes I just forget to align it, so because there's so many text, so I just forget to change it to this mode. So beware and make sure that the text starts from here, but I'm sure with the other text it's fine. For example, if we come here, close this, and for example text 03, so let's go to text 03 description. So there's the text 03 description, and let's make it full. And now for example if you write anything, it will start from there. It is aligned because I've clicked the paragraph. In the other text you've got to beware, you've got to be careful while typing, because sometimes I just forget to turn it on. So anyways, so this one thing I want to tell you, you can type anything now, it doesn't matter, it will stay here. So now if you go back, the text is changed here. So similarly you can change all the text, and the videos. And sometimes people ask me that, okay, can we put video, in these, instead of the text image, instead of the images? Of course you can put videos, the same method. You just, if you go to image 1, you just put your video here, similarly, just drag your for example, this is a still image, but think of it as your video. Just put it here and it should play, just so this is how you can put your videos in this as well. Okay, and first come to main comps. This is main comps. There are basically 1, 2, 5 main comps, which you'll see in the final, which is these ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. All the 5s are there. So I work like this because it's easy when you want to. Sometimes people want to, duplicate the main comps. So, for example, if you go to main comp 1, this is all that is happening in main comp 1. So if somebody wants to duplicate it, they can duplicate it. Or if this is somebody likes main comp 2, then they can also play around with main comp 2, and they can also duplicate it from here, Control D. So this has become main comp. This is same like number 6 is now basically duplicated comp. But of course, to change the contents in there, in these contents, of course you need to go into the individual content. Like image 04 content needs to be duplicated, 03 needs to be duplicated. That's how you change. You duplicate the comps. But of course, you need to have some understanding of After Effects to be able to do this kind of stuff. Okay, so now let's go to the pre-comps. When you come to the pre-comps here, so these are basically the comps in here. As you can see, there's so many comps. So this is the gadget comp. Spellings are actually gadget. Should be gadget. But anyways, this is the gadget comps. Okay, let's first go into gadget comps. Here are the gadgets. There's so many gadgets in here. For example, this is the gadget that I've mainly used, and it's all 3D. If you go to, let's say, active view, you can see that you can play around with it. So you see a little bit of animation. So this is one gadget. For example, this is another one which is also all 3D. Basically what you do is just drag this and put it in some of your new comps, and you'll see this gadget there. So this one's also 3D, as you can see. Okay, let's see this one. This is another one. It's got all these different kinds of gadgets. This is another one. In fact, you can also make more gadgets by just importing these elements into a new comp and make your own gadgets, because you've got so many elements here. This is another one. For example, this is another one. There's so many. So they are all animated, and all can be changed. And this is another one. Here's another one. All of them are animated, and they can be changed. For example, you just turn off layers, or import layers. And these are, small elements, and you can drop these into a new comp and basically make your own gadgets, So these are some of them still, some of them moving, So all these are elements here. And so there's another one, window. Basically, this is the cool stuff. What you can do is just drop this on top of your videos, For example, I don't have a video, but I've got a still image. Let's say this is my chandelier, and let's drop our window on top of it. So it's full 1920 by 1080 full size window. So it's on top of that now, you can see. So it's all basically animated, So this is how, imagine if it's your video playing, this whole thing will look so cool. Just because of this. And then let's drop the other one and see. This is another one that I have. All these stopwatch and watches, when they are animated, they look very cool. Okay, and I've got another one here. Let's put this one. So basically enhances, the quality of your video. If it's moving image, then it look very nice, So this is how you can use these gadget windows. And then there's another one, and these are other stuff and small elements that I've used. They're also animated. These are small signs. This is like, for example, a stopwatch. Ticking. These are ticks. There's another watch. So all these gadgets, all of them, you can see they are solid layers. They can be changed within After Effects. And then we've got another comp, some other gadgets, numbers. So these can be, these are just comps. Basically just drag it onto your comp, and the whole thing will look cool. For example, this one, let's give you another example. Actually, let me just change the okay. So you got all these gadgets. We can just drag it here, and this is your gadget. For example, let's drag this one here, as you can see. And these are small signs you can drop in, and then you can, it's already animated. And these are other signs, you can just play around with these, and some other stuff. Let me show you the numbers. For example, these are the numbers, that I showed you earlier, all animated. And we've got equalizers as well. If we go back to chandelier, this is your equalizer. This is another one. So all these elements, can be used separately in separate projects. Just import it into your other After Effects projects, or render it here and take it to other programs. So you've got like 30 of them gadgets, main gadgets, but then there are other elements as well. This is a small render idea, I created. Basically, it's like 2 seconds of small animation, which I've put in the beginning, which is these lines you see. Okay, so this is how, for you the main folder is replace image here and replace text, and this is like all the sound effects included, another bonus thing for you. So if you go to final, we are in the final, and this is, the sound effects can be used in other projects, and you can also, change it. So I think it's a very cool project, So this is like another comp, which is number 2, and this is another one, basically where the pictures are being formed, and then the wind comes and they break up. And also the lens flare is included, which is the images, GFX, lens flares. So basically, if you see, these like all comps, main comps here, for example, each of these comps are little projects within themselves, For example, if you got project 5, this is project which is basically a project within itself. So you can make a full project out of this, by duplicating and changing the text. So basically it's like 5 projects in one, So for example, main 4, this is, this is a comp, main comp, where this project can be duplicated and made it into another project. And if you go to main 3, this is another kind of another thing. So this, can be duplicated and can be made into another comp, into another project. And this is another one. This can be also made into another project, but I've included all these in one project, so that it all has a kind of a connection and looks very cool, but just I'm saying that you can use these comps in a just duplicating and using them, making separate projects, so this is how you can utilize this project. So you can also increase the duration, and you can also trim the duration, but of course you need to have some level of understanding of After Effects. And sometimes people call me and they say that, oh, how can we change the timeline, so it's a lengthy process, you need to have understanding. It can't be done like that, If you know After Effects, then it's very easy, but if you don't know After Effects, then it's very difficult for you. So for example, this is camera, and if you see, I've turned on the depth of field, for the pictures. If you feel that the rendering is heavy for your computer, then you can just simply turn it off, or turn it on. And also, you can turn off the blurs, motion blurs from here, to reduce the rendering time. One more thing is, this is like 29.97 frames. Sometimes people ask me that we have changed the duration, we have changed the format from 29 to 25, let's say PAL resolution, and it's still, the video is a bit jerky. Of course, if you just go to Final, and then you change the, composition settings, and you change, let's say from here 25, it becomes PAL, but only in the Final. What about the comps which are in here? So this main comp is, of course, the Final is 25, but the comps in here, for example, gadget window 1 is 29 as well. So what you need to do is you need to go into individual comps, whatever the comps in here, which has got some kind of animations. For example, main comp 1. For example, you go to main comp, Alt and double click, and you're in the main comp now. You go to composition settings, you change it 25 here. So you need to change all the comps that you see, in the main comp. You need to change them to 25, and then finally you change this to 25. Then only it will work, and we'll know there won't be any jerks. But still, you've got to see in pre-comps as well. If there is something moving in there, then you need to change that to other resolution as well. To PAL or NTSC or wherever. So this is how you change the format as well. That's how easy it is. But of course, to do other things, you need to have some understanding of After Effects. And finally, this is, as you can see, is like 45 seconds animation. So I'm sure you will like this project, because I've included so many, elements and gadgets into this project, to make it look cool. So this was the main, this tutorial about. I hope you have understood the main points, about this project. But still, if you have any questions, you can always email me on support@maxafter.com. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Once again, my name is Shoaib Khan from Maxafter.com. Assalamu alaikum.